All right, everybody, welcome back to After Hours. This is something we used to do about 10 years ago, which is crazy to think about. We had predicted Zion Williamson not getting, well, not fucking porn stars, but changing the NBA. You remember that video?
Did we say that?
We did say that. We said that he was going to change the game. But instead, what we're going to be doing is this After Hours episode will be about the greatest NBA scandals. So, for example, did that really happen, etc., etc. So these are 10 stories that we've found and stories that we've heard of, ranging from Karl Malone, for some reason not being canceled by the NBA for, I don't know how to put this, impregnating a 13-year-old, to, what else do we have here? We have Charles Barkley yeeting someone through a window, which he claimed was self-defense, and Shaquille O'Neal shoving toothbrushes in his asshole.
Classic.
So, Isaiah, before we start, were there any other things that we maybe forgot that we could have brought into this beautiful topic of discussion today?
We're going really top heavy here. I'll have to say that one. I think the only other things I can think of are probably the betting scandals that we've had recently. The Gilbert Arenas betting scandal, the Jonte Porter,
which is still
scandal.
Fresh.
Yeah, Michael Porter Jr. saying that his addiction is sexual intercourse.
Oh, didn't Jokic tell him to bring a condom or wear condoms when he went to Brooklyn?
Something about that. Yeah, I mean, in totality, this is kind of just like what happens when you give hundreds of millions of dollars to people with no degrees.
Yeah, it's kind of, I mean, should we begin with the first? The reason, yeah, we should probably put out, we actually have a sponsor. We don't have a sponsor. We can't be sponsored by alcohol because we do have Yusuf, who's in our team. But this is non-alcoholic Modelo.
Yeah.
So.
Because they make those.
Mm-hmm. They do. But to begin, we have our first story, which we would like to preface the point that we are not making fun of anybody in this. We're actually this one actually will be a little more serious because we're just shedding light. Because why is Karl Malone in the NBA? Like, why is he still allowed to be at NBA events? He literally is a terrible person.
The question, you have the wrong question. It's, why is Karl Malone not in prison?
Yes, that is, that was probably the second question that I was going to go for.
Yeah. How do I say this nicely?
So, how about this? I'll read you the timeline and you just give me your reaction. Okay. So, in 1983, while Mr. Malone was attending Louisiana Tech University, he was 20 years old when he had an affair with a child. Mm-hmm. Now, I don't think that's really an affair. I think it's a little out of the ordinary. But her name was Gloria Bell. Birth of Demetrius Bell. Gloria Bell later gave birth to a son who actually was in the NFL. Right? Or did I get that one completely wrong?
Let's hope you're right.
Anyway, there's a lawsuit, and there's also, as there is in any of these cases, a paternity denial where Bell's family files a lawsuit against Malone, who initially denied that he was the father and refused involvement. The case was settled out of court, allowing Malone to avoid public acknowledgement at the time. Then there was a successful paternity suit.
Wait.
What?
So the case was thrown out because he denied a DNA test?
I believe so, yes. But then we have... I don't know.
Don't you kind of like have to?
I don't know what the ins and the ins and outs to that whole situation.
I don't either, and I don't want to act like I'm a lawyer or anything.
I mean, we obviously aren't.
Like,
we obviously aren't.
It seems like to me he should have taken the DNA test.
It continues to say that a successful paternity suit eventually forced Malone to take responsibility. He later met his son when he was 17, admitting he had, quote unquote, handled it wrong. Demetrius Bell went on to play professional football in the NFL. I did get that right.
Fuck.
And, of course, there's obviously renewed scrutiny. But I think that we obviously would like to preface that we're not defending anything that this piece of shit has done. But what we are doing, and the reason why I wanted to bring this up was because Patrick Beverley was in an interview recently, and I think I sent you this video. Maybe you sent it to me. And he was asked about the best power forwards of all time, and he obviously brought up that Karl Malone was number one, right?
Yep.
Well, then the interviewer brings up the point that, wait, real quick, just got to let you know. I don't know if you know about this, but he's kind of an asshole. and to Patrick Beverley's bemusement, he was like, what? I didn't know about this. So the NBA has kind of like put this under the rug, swept it under the rug. What are your thoughts on that as an NBA fan? In all seriousness, jokes aside.
Well, I don't know too much about 90s basketball. Honestly, anything before 2000s, I'm not like an encyclopedia by any means.
Like Naoki. Yeah.
So I don't know too much about how the NBA functioned, but I do know that, if you go back, even the early 2000s, the NBA was very corrupted.
Yeah.
Almost in all aspects. I mean, you had the referee scandal with the Kings and the Lakers.
Yep.
You had fucking Malice at the Palace. You had
which we'll get into. Yep.
Everything unhinged. Yeah, we'll get to that later, but it just seemed like a very unhinged era of the NBA, and they had to cling on to, kind of what made them money back in the day. 'Cause you had the Bulls and the Jazz going back and forth.
Even Jordan's gambling stuff as well.
Exactly.
Which was swept to the rug.
These were their money makers at the time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And Karl Malone too, like statistically, he's one of the better NBA players in NBA history.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's nothing new, man. I mean, we've seen it as far as you can go back with any American professional sport. Usually the scandals for the typically more historic players kind of get swept under the rug.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not like I'm surprised. I don't think anyone else is surprised by any means, but if I had to guess why it's not talked about more, or why there wasn't, more repercussions for Karl Malone, that would be my guess.
I mean, for me, it's just like the NBA prides itself on their image. Whatever that, they do a great job. Shout out Adam Silver. They do a great job, and we'll get into another person.
It's banging.
It is theoretically, yeah. In every sense,
theoretically,
in every fucking sense of the world, it's banging. Yeah, but I just think it's funny that they have this fucking guy, and also fuck the media too, because ESPN and Fox Sports and all these fucking dickheads, they should be talking about this, but instead they're just like, like, But anyway, that's the first story. Let's not get too much into that. We're gonna move on.
Well, no, I think it should be mentioned.
No, it should be. It should be
mentioned. What he did is completely wrong.
Brother, he was never criminally charged for that, by the way. Never criminally charged, which is crazy.
Just the fact that it didn't even go as far as a DNA test, which I don't know if that ever came out or anything. Like, did you find anything on the DNA test if that was taken? So
aftermaths and legal considerations from the notes that I took for this. So Malone was never criminally charged. Reports suggest that Bell's family feared prosecution could derail his basketball career. So they defended him.
Oh, God forbid.
God forbid they defend their daughter. Given the significant age difference, Malone's actions would constitute statutory rape in many U.S. jurisdictions. The issue has repeatedly reemerged in public discourse, especially on social media, where it has fueled debate. I know, where it has fueled debate over accountability for high-profile athletes. Last point is statues and honors celebrating Malone, including at Louisiana Tech, have drawn renewed criticism and reignited discussion about how institutions handle the legacies of controversial figures.
How do we get here?
I don't know. I don't know. I don't want to know.
There's a lot of people who need to be held accountable in this situation.
You know who you are, Mr. Mailman.
And unfortunately, he's going to take it to the grave, which is a sad, sad, sad situation.
I mean, Utah Jazz history right there. Anti-vaxxer with what's his name? Stockton? Moving on. Anyway, story number 2. Charles Barkley yeets a man through a window. Yes, we all know this story. Charles Barkley. Charles Barkley, the NBA Hall of Famer, renowned for his larger-than-life personality. Goddamn, that's fucking true. And on-court dominance, was involved in a notorious bar altercation in 1997 while playing for the Houston Rockets. Mind you, this is Charles Barkley when he was old and decrepit, and this was, after the Phoenix Suns and getting railed by the Bulls and whatnot. The incident stemmed from a night out that turned violent when Barkley reacted to being provoked, resulting in hurling a man named Jorge Lugo through a plate glass window. Though reports clarify it was initially into a mirror that shattered the window, which is, as you do. Barkley defended his actions, claimed it as self-defense, but it led to arrests, legal battles, and one of his most quotable regrets. So, Isaiah, I have the timeline here. Should I just read you each point and you just give me your thoughts and we go from there? All right. So it's October 25th, 1997. We should put some background music to this. 1997. Maybe we'll do what's the court show? Dun dun dun. We'll put that in the video. Okay, so it's October 25th, 1997 in the evening. Mr. Barkley, along with his teammate Clyde Drexler. What a night to go out, by the way. Imagine going out with Clyde. Why do you get that nickname? It's several female friends. Wasn't he married? Yeah. It doesn't matter.
I'm starting to figure out the Clyde thing.
Yeah. Several female friends arrive at Phineas Fogg's nightclub in Orlando's Church Street station around 11 p.m. They are in town for a preseason game against the Orlando Magic the day after tomorrow. The group socializes with Barkley signing autographs and buying drinks for strangers. This sounds like a normal night out, right? If you're famous. It's not too bad.
Yeah.
Was he married at this point?
Who?
Charles.
Dude, they're all married, and they all have sex with whoever they want. Clearly, after the story we just finished.
Oh, all right. Moving on. October 26th, 1997. Early morning, 1:45 a.m. As the bar nears closing, 20-year-old Jorge Lugo, an undocumented construction worker who had been heavily drinking that night, allegedly throws ice cubes at Barkley's table, disturbing the women. This escalates when Lugo, or a friend per some accounts, hurls a full glass of ice, striking one woman named Karen Carrington, what a fucking name, in the jaw and knocking her off her chair. Barkley initially tried to de-escalate, chases Lugo outside after being taunted. Can you imagine what Charles Barkley at 1:45 a.m. would look like de-escalating a situation?
Yeah. So, let's get this straight, right? So, a 5'2" guy named Lugo.
Yes, Jorge Lugo.
Jorge Lugo. Threw ice cubes.
Yes.
At 6'5" Charles Barkley.
Actually, it was at Karen Carrington, someone that Charles was procedurally blowing her back out, I imagine.
Okay, so 5'2" Jorge Lugo.
Yes.
Threw ice cubes at whatever broad Charles Barkley was tearing up.
Yep.
And that is what started the altercation?
I think so, yes. And what's Clyde doing in this? Is he just gliding?
Probably smoking something. Something that isn't legal. But I would like to add, it would be pretty cool if Charles and Clyde were like teaming up on this guy. And like, wait, I'm trying to think, where the fuck is the window in this story?
I don't know. That's what I've been trying to figure out.
Where are they?
In the bar. But now we're going out. So the next
bar where?
It's.
If we're going outside, where's the window?
We're getting there. We're getting there. October 26, 1997, same day. Immediate incident. Outside the bar, Barkley grabs the much smaller Lugo, 5'2", 110 pounds. That's like femboy energy. Lifts him while asking, "Do you know?" I can't do his voice. "Do you know who the fuck I am?" Twice. And throws him through a plate glass window, causing severe cuts, including an artery injury. The guy almost died. And This is like a really bad Minecraft video.
Like a Tom and Jerry cartoon.
Yeah, because it gets worse. An off-duty officer intervenes, but Barkley taunts Lugo, saying, "You got what you deserve. You don't disrespect me. I hope you're hurt." And, in quote, "For all I care, you can lay there and die." End of quote. But this is the best part. The crowd applauds. So just like this guy's bleeding out on the ground, and everyone, can you imagine like if I threw you through a window and all of our homies just started fuck you, Isaiah, and you're like, guys, I need help. I'm bleeding out. Like, I'm kind of fucked.
It sounds. Look, I don't condone violence in any facet, right? No matter what it is, but if I'm 5'2", right?
Why would you fuck with that guy?
Why? Yeah.
What's the point?
Why even just fuck with a famous person in general?
I don't know.
Like it just irks me.
It just irks you.
Yeah. Look, if someone who's that big, right? If I know I'm at that much of a physical disadvantage, if I'm fucking with that person, I need to be able to handle whatever.
I agree.
To me,
I agree.
you know? So like,
And evidently he couldn't.
evidently not. So with this situation, I'm going to have to give 5 big booms to Charles Barkley.
Boom! 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 Boom!
Look, I'm just saying, if someone who's 5'2" threw ice cubes at my female that I'm touching.
While married, probably.
Yeah,
inevitably.
Exactly. If someone who's like significantly smaller than me and I know that like they're fucking with me, if I fight them, I'm obviously going to win, right?
It has to be.
So like
5 big booms?
maybe 4, just because of the artery damage. But,
all right.
do you get what I'm getting at?
I do.
Like
Don't poke the bear.
Know your limits.
If the bear's on
Take on
drugs,
people
maybe.
your own size.
Seriously.
Not twice your fucking size.
I don't know, dude. It gets worse. October 26th, 1997, same day, post-incident, Barkley is arrested and charged with aggravated battery, a second-degree felony,
No way.
and resisting arrest without violence. How do you resist? How do you do that? Fuck you! Don't arrest me. And they're like, all right, they turn around.
Verbally resisted arrest.
How does that work? Okay, Lugo is. Lugo, by the way, is bleeding out. I just want to clarify this. He's dying essentially. He's charged with misdemeanor battery. So as he's dying, they're like, "You're a piece of shit.
Yeah.
You're a fucking asshole.
You have the right to remain silent."
And Clyde Drexler's just there watching all this applauding. Like, what the fuck is going on? Paramedics treat Lugo's injuries on site. Even better. They're like, all right, we're not going to take you to the hospital.
Yeah.
We'll just fix you on this dirty alley. Yeah.
Yeah.
Late October 1997. Back in Houston, Barkley publicly defends himself, stating, in quote, "Let there be no debate. If you bother me, I'm going to whip your ass. The guy threw ice in my face, and I slammed his ass into the window. I'm not denying that. I defended myself. He got what he deserved." End of quote.
Now, the defense part is where it gets a little tricky.
Yeah.
Because
he's a lawyer. He's a defense lawyer.
none of that screams self-defense.
No.
You know?
That just screams, I'm fucked up and I'm angry.
Just because a leprechaun threw ice at you doesn't mean that you can throw him through a window. I mean, come on.
What are we doing here?
Let's be real. Yeah, you can't throw people through windows.
No.
That's just, I mean, come on.
Here we go. December 2nd, 1997. Barkley appears in court. Probably wasn't the first time, given his fucking history. Around this time, when asked if he regrets the incident, he famously says, in quote, "Yeah, I regret we weren't on a higher floor." End of quote. That's nice to hear while you're going into your court hearing.
Savage.
Yeah. That's, how many booms is that?
That's no parole. No bond.
And then early 1998, charges against Barkley are reduced to 4 misdemeanors because, 4 times lucky. Disorderly conduct, battery, criminal mischief, and resisting arrest without violence. Lugo rejects an initial $5,000 settlement, but agrees to an out-of-court deal for $75,000, dropping prosecution to avoid impacting Barkley's potential political career. Wait, what? Wait. Charles Barkley was gonna run for office. Free jelly donuts for everybody.
Is that true?
Yes.
He wanted to have
I guess he wanted to go into politics.
Oh my god.
Imagine him like governor of Alabama.
Would that have been?
I don't know. I imagine he was born in. Is he from?
Mayor of Houston.
Is he from Tuscaloosa? No, he's from.
I actually don't know.
He's from Mobile, I think.
Wherever it is, their education system is very fucking low in the totem pole.
No, and then post 1998 ongoing aftermath. This is the end of this story. The NBA pressures Barkley to hire a bodyguard because, a bunch of 5'2", apparently illegal construction workers when they go and fucking kill him. Yeah. The story becomes a staple in the media, referenced on shows like TNT's Inside the NBA. In 2019, Barkley reflects, admitting, "I felt like in the moment I was mad, but now that I'm older and mature, I was wrong." Do you think Charles Barkley's character arc is one of the most fascinating things in the NBA? I feel like he's changed a lot. He has his moments where he's unbearable on TV, but he seems like a genuinely good dude.
We have to take into account, though, too, about how people portray themselves to sports media or just in general professionally.
Yeah.
I don't want to take too much into account about his character arc and, where he is now. Obviously, it's nice to see, and obviously Inside the NBA is extremely entertaining.
Of course, yeah.
It's been a staple for a long time, but I don't know. Obviously, he hasn't been involved in any scandals of late that I know of.
I don't know.
But do you kind of get what I'm saying? We see the shit with Shaq off the court and how he can be a little weird.
Yeah, we'll get to that. By the way, we have a very good story for that.
Especially with females and the shit that went on in the past with his wife. I don't know. It's hard to depict character with some of these guys, especially the guys that are involved with such awful shit. I
don't know what to say.
I'm 24 years old, right? And
Yeah.
I haven't thrown anyone through a window.
Not that I know of.
Precisely.
Have you though?
No.
That's good.
So, and the whole regretful thing, I don't think he's regretful. I don't think he ever was regretful.
I don't know about that. I think people can change.
No, it's not about changing. It's because of what happened and what stemmed it. Someone disrespected the girl he was with.
Yeah.
So he thought the appropriate reaction was to get payback.
So let's have a hypothetical discussion real quick before we wrap this not this episode. We're just getting started. Wrapping up this portion of the episode. So let's say you're Charles Barkley, right? And I'm your girlfriend. Let's pretend I have a vagina.
Awesome.
And we're on a date. I didn't
this is where I wanted this to go.
This is gonna be good. I'm your date. And I'm grinding on you, and we're having a great time. And Brandy Yandel, one of our compatriots, throws a bottle at my head. And we're at Sharky's, which is where glass breaks every fucking weekend.
How old are you, by the way, in this scenario?
How old do you want me to be?
Old enough, hopefully.
Let's say I'm 22.
Okay, cool.
Ish.
Cool.
Kinda. Yeah. So... what would you do in that moment? Would you throw me through? Would you throw Brandon through a window? Would you throw me through a window? Maybe I tricked you. Maybe you're feeling me up, and you're wait.
Yeah, this was an inside job by the girl.
It's wait, what is that? Is that?
What if the chick was with the construction worker, and this was a plot to get settlement money? Oh, we're getting
conspiracies on Street Logic Sports.
Yeah.
All right, moving on.
What would I do? I wouldn't do exactly what Charles Barkley did, but.
He's I'd shoot them.
Can you blame a man for having
No, not at all.
That's what I was getting at with the whole regret thing.
Yeah.
It's been so long, man. You don't need to come out and say that you regret it. Because most of the populace, I feel kind of understands where you're coming from in that situation.
Yeah.
Whereas it's still not right. No one can necessarily blame you for the anger that you...
Yeah, no, it makes sense.
...displayed, so...
But anyway, story number 3. We're just getting started. LeBron's mom gets bummed by Delonte West. Where slam dunks meet soap operas, right? Back in 2010, during LeBron James's first stint with the Cleveland Cavaliers, a wild rumor sparks, fast like a wildfire, on a fast break, claiming that teammate Delonte West, former NBA player, now fentanyl agent, had given LeBron's mom, Gloria James, some very quote-unquote personal perks. Hint, hint, wink, wink. Picture this. LeBron, the king, as he calls himself, allegedly discovering his court teammate was romancing the queen mother, leading to an awkward locker room vibe, a playoff meltdown, and ultimately LeBron's infamous decision to bolt to Miami. Do you think it was true? What do you think about that? Because it's still not. It's never really been confirmed. But do you think LeBron was like, Cleveland fucking sucks? It's like a. What?
You know what's something that really leads me to believe that it's true is how Delonte West is now.
You think he just killed his career?
I don't know if he killed his career, but I think he made a lot of enemies
in the league.
Okay. Now, can I confirm or deny that Delonte West was sleeping with LeBron's mom?
This is actually the woes right here of...
I wasn't there, personally.
I hope you weren't. You would be a child.
Yeah, exactly.
Wouldn't stop Karl Malone, though.
No. It's the mailman. Always delivers, except on Sundays. See, I don't know if this is going to be a little too far-fetched, but... And I don't know how a lot of people are going to take this, but...
Are you coming out
I'm
real
not
quick?
coming out, but this might be close. I think that everything that Delonte West has gone through...
Okay, it's karma.
I think Maverick Carter has something to do with it.
Why do you say that?
Because of this.
What, okay, that's an interesting perspective. I'm curious now. What's the thought process to that?
It's a very like shallow like thought that I have, but I think that I think that Delonte West was blackballed out of the NBA.
100%.
Which would make sense considering what he's done. If he really did what he did, I mean, we're talking about the face of the NBA.
Yeah.
Not only the face of the NBA, but the face of the NBA from fucking 2003 to
now. Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
And we're talking about like one of the only two billionaires to come out of the NBA.
Yep.
So we're talking about a lot of fucking power here.
Yeah.
And not only a lot of power, his inner circle is his business and everything he runs.
Yeah.
You would be a fool to not consider how they utilize that power when something bad happens to them, and how LeBron, can use that power to kind of do whatever he wants within the scope.
Makes
of the
sense.
NBA.
That's a great perspective. I haven't even thought of that.
I wouldn't call it a great perspective because I love LeBron James, but and the reason why I believe it too is because I would do the same fucking thing. If you bang my mom and you're on my team, I am getting you banned from the United States of America. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And if you go back like a few years ago, I don't know when it was, but remember when Mark Cuban vowed to like get Delonte West help?
Yeah.
Or something along those lines?
That worked out.
And it kind of just fizzled out and no one ever heard anything about it. And then a few years later, another video resurfaced of him like fucking leaning and talking to himself. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's just a dark story, and I feel really bad about. I don't want to. I'm not saying all this, by the way, to say that like I'm happy that this is.
This one's more sad than anything.
It's very sad, and if he did end up doing what he's being accused of in this story that we've just presented to you guys, I have less sympathy, but also no one ever deserves to, one, be homeless, two, go through drug addiction.
However, to counter that point, we're putting on our investigative journalist caps because, this is modern day CNN right here.
Yeah.
Neck and Modelo's and sitting like two fucking imbeciles on this couch. It looks like we're about to do a porn shoot. I'm going to give you the timeline, and you're going to make up your mind at the end of this. So it says early 2009, Delonte West joins the Cleveland Cavaliers mid-season via trade, becoming LeBron James's teammate. Little did anyone know that this setup would fuel one of the NBA's juiciest urban legends. West, known for his quirky personality like rapping and riding motorcycles, bonds well with the team, including, rumor has it, a bit too closely with Gloria James, LeBron's single mom, who was often around the squad. That's an interesting thing from his mom, though. Is this kind of like the motherly thing? Like, LeBron's also still pretty much a child at this point. He's like 24, 23.
Yeah.
Around that age.
In the league at what, 18?
So this is what, 6 years later? So he's like 24, 23, 24?
Yeah.
Okay.
Still a kid.
Okay. April to May 2010, playoff run. Now remember, the Cleveland Cavaliers, now that we can be a little bit serious.
Right on fucking cue.
Right on cue. So the Cavaliers are like trying to bum the NBA. They're trying to win the fucking title. Boston with their they're Cleveland Cavaliers, Boston Celtics. That's the duo, and obviously you have Mr. Bum himself, Dwight Howard, for the Orlando Magic.
Yeah.
So those are like the three teams in the East that are like fighting it out or whatever. And this one kind of sucks because we never got to see Kobe and LeBron go at it in the playoffs, in the finals, and that would have been probably one of the best things ever. And I think that could have maybe solidified who the fucking GOAT is in the NBA. I think it's between Kobe and LeBron, in my opinion. Where was I going with this?
You were reading me the timeline of everything.
Yeah, you're right. But I was just giving a backstory as to why their semifinal run, which they did play the Celtics.
Yeah, so 2019 he gets
went to
traded.
shit. 2019, 2009.
2009 he gets traded to the Cavs. They go to the playoffs.
Yeah, so now we're in April, May 2010, playoff run-up. As the Cavs gear up for the Eastern Conference semifinals against the Boston Celtics, whispers start swirling. An anonymous email claims that Wes and Gloria were caught in a compromising position. Allegedly discovered by LeBron himself on his birthday. December 30th, 2009, per some versions. The rumor, Wes was, quote-unquote, driving to the hoop on Gloria James. Team tension builds with LeBron...
Who the fuck said that?
I don't know. Team tension builds, and LeBron is reportedly furious. So he finds out that his mom is getting ball bagged on his birthday. That's not exactly... That's like, if you're playing 2K25, that's like... You're going to spend a lot... You need to spend a lot of VC to rebuild that team chemistry. That's like minus 50% team chemistry.
Gloria James is out here getting hometown pitched by a fucking fentanyl addict.
May 13th, 2010, it's the Game 6 meltdown. Now, this is the game where everyone thought it was just a catastrophe. Yeah. Cavs get shockingly bounced from the playoffs in a 94-85 loss to Boston. LeBron drops, per usual, a triple-double, but looks off. Fans blame everything from his elbow injury to the rumor. Post-game blogs like TerezOwens.com amplify the story. I don't know why the fuck I use that as a source. It sounds like when you watch Pornhub and you click on when you're trying to get out of the fucking thing that's on the screen, so you could click on the video and you open it and another tab opens, and then TerezOwens.com, it's like LeBron's mom. God.
LeBron's mom.
Not that I watch porn. Mom. I don't watch porn, by the way.
Yeah, no.
That's yeah. Thank you. Cheers.
Yes.
But anyway.
Yeah, that's Gloria getting fucking slammed.
Yeah, so she got slammed. Her bum is sore. Delonte West is sleeping with LeBron's mom. Cue the internet exploding with memes about family reunions in the locker room. I remember this is like when memes started blowing up. I remember there was a meme of like LeBron and Delonte. It was like, I love you, stepdad, and all this other crazy shit, like wild shit. Mm-hmm. July 8th, 2010, we get the decision. LeBron fucks off to Miami. LeBron announces he's...
Interesting. I didn't know how close that was.
Yeah.
How close that was to him leaving?
Literally 2 months. Not even 2 months. Yeah.
Wow.
I know.
Interesting.
Yeah. So July 8th, 2010. Remember, they get bounced on May 17th. The playoffs ends like 2 weeks or
why is that
before.
Not discussed more? Along with his decision.
I don't know.
Like he gets
I know.
on so much for leaving.
I know.
Why would you not want to leave?
I know. I know.
Crazy.
I know.
Continue.
I would want to fucking kill myself too if my mom was getting ball bagged and my best teammate was Ilgauskas Gilnauskas, or whatever the fuck that FSB spy's name is. Yeah. So LeBron announces he's taking his talents to South Beach. Conspiracy theorists link it to the rumor. Why stay in Cleveland when when your teammate's allegedly your stepdad? Cleveland burned jerseys. The world laughs in drama. And you know what? looking at this, I have a newfound respect for him leaving because now this puts everything into perspective. Like,
It really does.
Seriously, think about it. Like, let's actually look at this from a serious perspective. Your mom's getting fucked by your teammate. The whole world knows. You're leaving your hometown, and now your fucking own people hate you for leaving and building a super team.
Yeah.
It's crazy how this actually just changed my entire perspective on him going to Miami.
Yeah. Hey.
It's crazy.
You learn something new every
Street
day.
Logic Sports, dude. We're here every, what day is it?
I have a question.
Yes.
Do you think that LeBron will ever
Talk about this?
post-career, not even talk about it, but like admit that it's true?
I think every
Do you
athlete.
think that his pride, because this is a prideful thing we're talking about here. We're talking about a teammate banging your mom.
Yeah, that's.
Like, you got to have,
I love
a
I love how
lot-
direct that was.
like, as
Yeah.
a man,
No, I know.
it's
I know.
really tough to admit something like that. You know what I mean?
No, it's
Especially
terrible.
when it's like such a insane, like far-fetched rumor that's been going for years and years and
Oh,
it's
yeah.
still being talked about. Do you think that there will ever come a time, even if he says it's not true, do you think he'll ever, because he's never even actually addressed it. Never.
I imagine when he retires, I don't know when that will be, maybe in 10 years, considering how this guy's playing. I would imagine that there will be a book and there will be a portion.
LeBron's writing a book?
I'll imagine there will be a book. When he
Or is Maverick Carter writing a book?
I can both of them write at the same time.
Maybe LeBron can speak.
Well, we know that LeBron loves to read.
Yes.
Now, how much can he read? I'm not
Table
so
of
sure.
contents.
Yes. Yeah, but I
Big
mean, I would.
Diary of a Wimpy Kid.
I would actually love to see the table of contents for his book. It's
Yeah.
like, I'm drafted. My mom
gets shagged.
My mom gets shagged. Miami, Pat Riley fucking blows. Kevin loves knee. Kyrie's a fucking bitch. And then railing Genie Bus for 9 years
Yeah.
or however long he's been in LA. And then he retires.
Yeah.
I didn't know about that Luka thing. You did. Anyway, February 27th, 2012. Now with the Dallas Mavericks, West finally addresses the elephant in the room on the Dallas Morning News. I get along great with LeBron's mom, but that's about it. I have a feeling that's the thing that got him kicked out of the league. Because it spirals after this. I get along great with LeBron's mom, that's it, but he denies anything happened, calling the rumor hurtful to his family. It's like saying I slept with Shaq's mom. Ridiculous. Fans still not convinced, the jokes keep coming.
Okay, I'm sorry. Out of all people, he picked Shaq's mom.
Yeah.
I'm just going to do a little investigative
You do that.
journalism right now.
August 9th, 2014, in a, wow, this is old because we're talking about Vice Sports. Do you remember Vice Sports? Goated. Vice Sports chat. West seems to dodge questions awkwardly, leading to some outlets to misreport it as a confirmation. Spoiler, he doesn't. He says, all I can say, in quote, all I can say is LeBron has a beautiful mother, sparking more memes. West's career by now is fading severely amid mental health battles. Tragic, but the rumor lives on eternally. Anything to add to that, Mr. Broun? Well, you look shocked. What do we not know about LeBron's mom?
No.
Or
it's not about
Shaq's
that.
mom?
So read me what he said again about like addressing the mom thing.
From what I just read?
Yeah.
He said that all I can say is LeBron has a beautiful mother. End of quote.
And then what did he say about Shaq's mom?
He said before that, it's like saying I slept with Shaq's mom. Ridiculous.
Yeah, are you sleeping with Shaq's mom? Chat.
How many booms is that?
Chat. Is this booming or busting? Are you booming or busting?
I'm good, actually.
No, it's not.
Anyway, years later, West denies. This is September 6th, 2023. West denies it again in an interview. That rumor, man, it's BS. LeBron saved my life multiple times. End of quote. He credits James for supporting during his lows like homeless stints. The story.
Oh, so
question mark.
he's been homeless for a while now.
Now a punchline on podcasts and YouTube titles with names like LeBron's teammate ruins family barbecue.
Well, thank you for the title.
Yep. And then March 10th, 2025, this is the last point of the story, ongoing legacy. Murphy doubles down in a retrospective, insisting, quote, she absolutely slept with him, end of quote. West, now out of the league and focusing on recovery, laughs it off. The rumor, immortalized in the NBA as lore, proving that basketball, the real assists happen off the court. Moral, don't mess with LeBron's mom or you're going to become a drug addict. So what do you think? Do you think that he did it, or do you think that this is just a tragic little mishap that the media blew out of proportion and this guy is just really fucked in the head and has a drug problem and is homeless? Or is it all the above?
I'm going to say he did it.
You're going to say he did it?
Only because...
He left so quick.
No, only because the location of this is Cleveland.
What if it was Detroit?
Detroit's probably second on the list. But here's
Valid.
what I'm trying to get at, right? If you can really, like, break it down, what is there to do in Cleveland, you know?
Besides fuck your friend's moms.
Yeah, besides fuck your friend's mom and fentanyl, which he's also taking part in, I see.
I would say
Nothing, right?
nothing, probably.
Exactly. So, need I say more?
All right.
Fucked LeBron's mom.
All right.
Delonte West was inside of Gloria James.
And on that note, we're on the next story.
Confirmed.
That's a great segue. Speaking of inside of things,
God.
this is Shaquille O'Neal shoving brushes in his asshole.
One of the most disgusting things I've ever fucking
Yeah.
read.
Yes. So, oh boy, let me tell you. Strap in for this shit saga. From the Phoenix Suns locker room, where Shaquille O'Neal, the Big Diesel himself, turned prank wars into full-on fecal fiasco.
Phoenix Shaq.
Picture this.
Holy fuck.
Lua Mudson, the scrappy forward who rode his bike to practice like some eco-friendly hippie, becomes Shaq's personal punchline. And there are stories of Shaq being a bully throughout the NBA.
Yes.
It starts innocent enough, hiding bikes like a playground bully, but it escalates to things being stuffed in his asshole, like mouth guards and toothbrushes. Turd stirring that even make the raunchiest frat boy gag. Shaq, outweighing Lou by over 150 pounds of pure mischief, warns the team with, quote, "Y'all better not say shit, ... literally, end of quote. Lou brushes his teeth with Shaq's crap cocktail, plays a whole goddamn game with poop breath, and the team says nothing. They're dying laughing, holding their noses, retold by ex-teammates like Jason Richardson and Matt Barnes. This tale proves that Shaq is actually not a big child. He's actually just a fucking cunt. What do you think? Should we go for bullet point and you just continue making those faces out of pure disgust? You're not a big Shaquille O'Neal fan. And I mean, after reading this...
I'm not. Yeah, I think he's weird. He's a weirdo. He's a hater.
He's a big child. He's very mature.
Kind of a pedophile.
Why do you say that?
His continued stints with younger women.
Yeah.
You know, considerably half his age.
Mm-hmm. You think that Malone was his
aggravated,
icon?
How easy it is to make him aggravated. He seems to have a short temper.
Yes, he does.
And while I really appreciate what he's done for the Lakers organization, I can't sit here and say confidently that like he's a great person.
No, not at all. And we're gonna get into why.
Yeah. February
6th, 2008, Shaq joins the Suns. That in itself is a crime against humanity. Shaq gets traded from Phoenix, and he has a falling out with Pat O'Reilly, bringing his massive frame and even bigger prank game to Phoenix. Lua Mudson, already on the team, starts riding his bike to practice from his nearby pad, unaware he's about to become Shaq's favorite bitch. No poo yet, but the wheels literally are in motion for hell. Mid-2008, I wrote this. Mid-2008 to early 2009, ongoing bike bullshit. Every fucking day, Shaq snatches Lou's bike and hides it around the arena, like in the rafters or some shit, even turning practice into a goddamn treasure hunt. There were stretches when LeBron would stop Phoenix Suns, which makes sense why they never won a ring. He would stop practice.
Shaq would?
And have them look for this guy's bike. Lou's out there sweating his ass off, searching, while Shaq chuckles like an oversized troll that he is. This petty prank war simmers, and Lou becomes more pissed by the pedal. It gets worse. December 2008, Jay Rich arrives, witnesses the madness. Jason Richardson joins the Suns via trade, just in time to see Shaq's antics in full swing. Bike hiding continues, but Shaq's brewing bigger, browner ideas. Lou's still clueless, pedaling into prank purgatory. April 2009, Lou strikes back with peanuts. What? Excuse me? Fed up with the bike bullshit, Lou retaliates like a boss, fills Shaq's infamous van of death, his creepy-ass pedophile roadster, to the brim with packing peanuts.
Excuse me?
Yes. Shaq opens the door, gets buried in styrofoam, and the team loses their shit laughing. But Lou has poked the bear and, shall we say, the big bowel. Late 2008, 2009. Post Peanuts, Shaq goes absolutely nuclear. He grabs Lou's mouthpiece and shoves it straight in his sweaty asshole, pulls it out, and sneaks it back into Lou's locker. Lou pops the funky fucker into his mouth after or during the game, even chomping on Shaq's butt pubes that were left reminiscing on his mouth guard.
Dude.
It gets worse. 2008, 2009, the poop brush pinnacle. Shaq snags Lou's toothbrush, warns the squad, you better not say shit. Ducks into the shitter, drops a massive diesel deuce in a cup, and stirs the brush with the cup still steaming from the shit he took. And stirs it, making it look like chocolate fondue.
Did you say diesel douche, by the way?
Oh, fuck me. This is disgusting. Oh.
So many questions, dude.
It gets worse.
We need to have Shaq on the show.
Lou brushes his pearly whites with poo particles and hoops a full game with shit breath that could kill a camel. Teammates puking from laughter. Shaq then gets traded to Cleveland, leaving Lou's ass and mouth in peace. No more hidden bikes or turd toothbrushes. Lou probably burned his shit and bought a car. And then Matt Barnes brings it up. But is that not one of the worst things you've ever heard in NBA history? That's pretty fucking terrible.
God, can you imagine the shit that like hasn't surfaced?
What is it? What does a diesel deuce look like? Does it
microphone like wetter? Hotter?
Just smells like rallies.
Like a lemon pepper
turd
left out for too long.
Oh. And you know he's a big
rank human. That is disgusting on every level.
I'm like very disappointed.
Also, does Lou Munson have half a brain cell? How do you brush your teeth with that?
If you think about it, it's kind of like the Chernobyl liquidators that had to go to the top of the nuclear reactor and like scoop out graphite, but he's just
scooping out pubes
and shit out of his mouth.
Yeah. Can you remind me when he shoved the mouthpiece in his asshole? Was Lou Munson aware?
No. This
was done behind.
This was all behind his back, and his teammates knew, and no one said anything.
Okay.
What makes it worse? To die a villain,
or to see yourself become the villain?
Yeah. What's worse? Who's the villain in that situation? Is it his teammates? Are they worse than Shaq? Like Shaq's already a piece of... No, like Shaq's already a piece of shit. But all those guys knew that he was going to do it. And none of them said anything.
This is not rookie hazing.
This is abuse. This is abuse.
Not only is it abuse, but I would like to consider federal prison time for some of these allegations. We're talking about a grown-ass man. By the way, no college degree. We're talking about a grown-ass man who shoved a mouthpiece up his asshole and let his teammate put that in his mouth. Sounds a little potentially homosexual. But...
which is fine. We love our gays. We love our gays.
Loves ass play. It's okay.
He does like booty play, though.
Yeah.
He's a bit of a booty guy. He's a bum guy.
Yeah.
He's the bum king.
Yeah.
He's the bum king.
What a dark story, man.
Literally.
Where we started to where we are now.
It gets better, though, because we now have... Are we done? Are we done with Shaq's?
Do you have any thoughts about
I'm
this?
shocked. I don't want
It was
to.
a beautiful piece of poetry. That
Thank
you
you.
read me.
Thank
Yeah.
you. Thank you.
My favorite was the Diesel Deuce.
Diesel Deuce is good, but now we have story number 5, Gilbert Arenas' locker room gun showdown. Now this one's
just, honestly, to me, this one's funny as fuck.
it's just ghetto as shit.
It's ghetto as fuck, but it's fucking hilarious.
So, folks, strap in for this one. No pun intended. 2 trigger-happy dumbasses named Gilbert Arenas, a.k.a. Agent Zero, and Javarius Crinton, the hot-headed rookie.
What a fucking name.
So, seriously. He sounds like a Compton philosopher.
All right.
It all kicks off over a goddamn card game. That was a good one. On a goddamn card game on a plane where Javarius gets his ass beat in what's Boo-Ray? What is Boo-Ray?
I don't know.
So apparently it's a card game. And he owes him $1,000, and Gil starts roasting him like a rotisserie chicken. Threats fly, end quote. I'll shoot you in the motherfucking face, end of quote. Next thing you know, Gil hauls his arsenal into the Wizards' locker room like a pawn shop special, laying out unloaded pistols for Javarius to quote unquote pick one as a joke. But Javarius, that crazy motherfucker, whips out a loaded heater and points it at Gil's head, turning the room into a scene from a really shit Tarantino film. Teammates scatter like roaches, the league shits bricks, and both careers go down the toilet faster than a post-taco dump from Shaquille O'Neal on his teammate's poop brush.
That's a Diesel Deuce, if you ask me.
Teammates scatter everywhere. Gil ends up in a halfway house. Javarius spirals into real crime, including murder charges, by the way.
Ooh, yes.
And the whole saga gets immortalized in a 2025 Netflix documentary called Untold Shooting Cards. What a story.
What a name.
So, to break this down before I go into the timeline of this, what do you know about this? Because this was relatively new to me, reading about it and doing some research, because I had known that there was a gun situation that was brewing in Washington.
I honestly, I really don't know much about this situation.
But we've all heard of the story.
Oh, of course.
We just don't know the detail.
I've heard very surface level things about it. What I heard that Arenas had a gun and he was just flaunting it in the locker room. I didn't hear about his teammate Javarius pointing the gun at Gilbert's head. I didn't hear about that.
That was a little, yeah. Do you think that was kind of off-putting?
I'd have to say it's not very inviting. It's not very playful.
I mean, if you think about it, it represents a winning culture.
Yeah.
December 19th, 2009, the flight fiasco. So on the Wizards plane, by the way, this is the worst group of people playing cards I've ever heard.
Okay.
The Wizards team plane is coming back from Phoenix. Gilbert Arenas is joined by Javarius, JaVale McGee. In a heated
fucking dream team.
in a heated game of Boo-Ray. What the fuck is Boo-Ray?
I don't know.
It sounds like a schizophrenic trying to say Blu-ray.
Yeah.
Javarius loses big. He owes JaVale $1,100. I don't know if that's big if you're a fucking NBA player.
Does Javarius ever win?
But Gil jumps in with trash talk, mocking Javarius's quote-unquote broke ass and claiming the debt. Javarius flips, saying, "I'll shoot your kneecap." Gil fires back, "Motherfucker, I'll burn your car with gasoline while your kids are in it."
We'll be right back.
That was perfect.
Need another
That
beer.
was good. Here,
I need another beer.
I got you here. Oh my god. Fucking Jesus Christ. We'll be right back. December 21st, 2009. Locker room lock and load. 2 days later, before practice at the Verizon Center, Gil, thinking he's the funniest fucker alive, brings 4 unloaded handguns from his crib and dumps them on a chair in front of Javarius's locker with a note. "Pick one, bitch." It's damn, this shit's fucked. It's like a GTA Online game gone wrong. It's all right. It's non-alcoholic. It's supposed to be a prank to settle the debt, but instead, Javarius doesn't laugh. He grabs his own gun loaded in his locker, cocks it, and points it at Gil's face and says, "I play with guns for real." Gil says, nah. Just took a step back. Teammates like Caron Butler was on this team. Caron Butler bolted out of the room, screaming like it's Armageddon. December 24th to the 25th, 2009, the holiday cover-up. The team keeps their yaps shut over Christmas, but whispers leak. Gil posts a cryptic tweet about picking guns, thinking it's hilarious. The NBA starts sniffing around, and the Wizards' brass is sweating bullets. Pun fucking intended. January 1st, the finger guns fiasco. During a pregame huddle versus Philly, Gil mocks the whole mess by pointing finger guns at his teammates. Photos go viral, the league loses its shit, and Commissioner David Stern calls it unacceptable. Gil's dumbass tweet, I'm not your enemy, people. Yeah, right, except for the guys you almost got popped by. January 6th, foreshadowing.
Where the fuck is HR in this situation?
I don't know. NBA suspends Gil indefinitely without pay for bringing guns to work, duh. As you do, by the way, for his clown behavior. Javarius gets the boot too. The Wizards void Javarius' contract later. Cops raid lockers, find the hardware, and the feds get involved because DC gun laws are stricter than a nun's asshole. Why did I write that? January 27th, 2010, full season ban. Stern upgrades Gil's suspension for the rest of the season. He pleads guilty to felony gun charges and faces 5 years to prison, but bargains down Javarius cops to misdemeanors. March 26, 2010. This is a lot of information. How are you feeling?
Alarmed.
Gil gets probation, 30 days in a halfway house and a community service instead of hard time. He calls it the worst month of my life, but hey, at least no one got ventilated. August 2011, post-NBA, Javarius gets arrested for murder in Atlanta. He shoots a mom of 4. Thinking she's tied to a robbery. Convicted in 2015, he's now sentenced to 23 years in prison. Gil bounces around teams, Orlando and Memphis, and never regains his stardom. On August 8th, 2018, on a podcast, Gil recounts the whole shit show, admitting his prank was dumb as fuck, but insisting Javarius was the real threat. Fans eat up like popcorn. And then May 7th, 2025, in the Netflix documentary, Untold Shooting Guards, Gil and others dishing dirt. Gil reveals the stories, like how the trash talk was just jokes until guns enter the chat. Javarius from prison. I mean, that's crazy. Yeah. So, in a weird way, with all the jokes and shit, that is 2 NBA careers, and one guy's life essentially is pretty much over as he is in jail for 23 years for killing a mother of 4.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts about that, Dr. Phil?
Very deep lore that honestly I did not know until just now. Fuck.
I know.
He killed a mom of 4?
Yeah.
Like, that's confirmed?
Yeah, he's in jail.
Holy shit.
Yep. And that was, I guess, he thought that she was part of a robbery, but I guess there was some type of mishap or fuck up that occurred, obviously. Yeah. So he's in jail, but yeah. Fuck. How good was Gilbert Arenas? Because I don't really ever watch his highlights. I know that people say he was really good. But, like, was he, like, that good to where it was, like, a huge loss on the NBA star field, or was it just kind of like, all right, whatever, like this guy fucked up? And
this one's tough because of now I've learned about the other side of it.
Yeah.
With his teammate Javarius. No, I think Gilbert was like, he was really like, he was one of the NBA stars at the time. Maybe not around this time period. Nothing about his behavior, especially post NBA, has supported that he's been anything other than what this story represents.
So a knob.
Yeah. This is so childish in every single facet.
And it ruined.
And what it led to is even darker, to be honest. Like, I don't even want to make jokes about this because that's fucked.
I know.
Jesus.
I know. Well, that was a dark turn. Fuck.
Holy fuck.
Story number 6. Latrell Sprewell's coach choking masterclass.
Oh, Latrell Sprewell. Let's just hope Sprewell.
You right?
Yeah.
All right. So this one is the NBA's most hands-on coaching critique ever. Latrell Sprewell, the all-star hothead, with a grip like a goddamn vice. Straight up throttling his Warriors coach, PJ Karl. PJ precisely in 1997 because the dude dared to yell, quote, "Put some mustard on that pass" or some shit. It starts as a routine practice gone wrong. Sprewell, already pissed off from a shit season, snaps like a rubber band on steroids, wraps his mitts around PJ's scrawny neck, and chokes him for 10 seconds while dragging him across the floor like a ragdoll. That's crazy. The league loses its mind, slaps him with the longest suspension in NBA history, 82 games, later trimmed to 68, voids his big contract at the time, who's making a lot of money, and turns him into the poster boy for don't fuck with the coach for the NBA. Players weirdly back Spree, calling PJ a yappy prick, but it costs Latrell millions and nukes his reputation. He bounces back with the Knicks, goes to the finals, loses as they always do, and is forever remembered as the guy who turned timeout into chokeout.
Awesome.
So, what do you know about this one, Isaiah? I mean, this one is way before our time. This is the early 90s, which is probably the most violent part of the NBA.
I've never heard of this story
bar
before.
The 70s. Never?
Nope.
Would you like me to read you the timeline?
Yeah, please do.
So, early 1990s, Latrell Sprewell joins the Golden State Warriors in 1992 as a first-round pick. Quickly becomes an all-star scoring machine with a rep for being a moody motherfucker. Mm-hmm. Coaches come and go, but tensions simmer, foreshadowing the neck-wringing apocalypse that is yet to become. Mm-hmm. November 1997, pre-choke. Warriors are awful. They're 6-11. Their new coach, PJ... What was his last name that we gave him?
Precisely.
PJ Precisely, constantly yapping, telling him to pass better, etc., and it gets on Spree's last nerves. Teammates like Muggsy Bogues, god damn, this is old. Muggsy Bogues notice the vibe becomes toxic, but nobody expects any hands-on feedback. On December 1st, 1997, the choke, which was heard around the world, or at that time around the league, at a closed Warriors practice in Oakland, PJ sparks orders at Spree, telling him to put mustard on those passes. Spree flips his shit, threatens to kill him, grabs PJ by the throat, chokes him for 7 to 15 seconds, and drags him backwards like a human mop on the court. Muggsy Bogues and Brian Shaw yank him off. Spree storms out screaming, but wait, 20 minutes later, he bursts back into the practice, punches the shit out of PJ, his coach, landing 1 or 2 hits, and then gets restrained.
What the fuck?
Yes. December 3rd, 1997. This is the immediate fallout. Warriors suspend him for 10 games and fine him $25,000. $25,000 in the 1990s was like a lot of money.
Yeah.
The story leaks and the NBA launches an investigation faster than Spree can get his hands to move again. Players around the league are shockingly siding with him, calling PJ a relentless dick who deserved a reality check. On December 4th, 1997, Stern hammers one of the longest, if the longest suspension in NBA history, 82-game suspension, which then the Warriors terminate his 4-year, $32 million deal. It's the longest ban in NBA history, which cost him $6.4 million in his salary. Spree is like, what the fuck? You know, like, this is fucked up. I got to feed my family. How are you feeling about this so far? Is it valid that he gets his contract?
Absolutely.
Yeah, I agree. December 1997 to January 1998, the legal battle begins. Spree sues the NBA and the Warriors, claiming racial bias and overkill punishment. The union backs him and arbitration looms. Meanwhile, PJ gets red marks on his neck but keeps coaching like nothing happened. February 1998, arbitration trim. Arbitrator John Feerick reduces the suspension to 68 games rest of the season, but upholds the contract termination. Spree misses the whole year, trains alone, and plots his comeback. The ruling is seen as a win for player rights. What are you thinking about that? Was that deserved?
Actually, sounds like this is one of those situations. Honestly, the only situation or story that I've heard where it was handled correctly.
Yeah. Yep.
I mean, what a fucked up mistake, by the way.
I know. Seriously.
Sprewell.
For real. July 1st, 1998, free agent fiasco. Suspension ends, but the lockout hits. Spree's a free agent. Teams are sniffing around, but nobody bites until January 1999, when the New York Knicks trade for him in a blockbuster deal. 1999 NBA Finals redemption arc with the Knicks. Spree balls out, helps them reach the NBA Finals as an 8th seed.
Wow.
Lose to the Spurs, but he proves that he's still a beast, choke or no choke. And then he reflects and yada, yada, yada. So, what do you think? Is this a good little victory story, I guess, that he was a cunt and then he became a little hero at the end of it, got to redeem himself and show better colors?
Good for him. I will never put it past the New York Knicks. Good for him.
What do you mean by that?
What do
you mean by that?
Mean by what?
What do you mean they'll never...
I mean, you know James Dolan, right?
He's a piece of shit.
Yeah. Has PJ ever came out and spoken on this since the incident?
Yes. So the 20-year anniversary in 2017, the media revives the story. Spree called it a misunderstanding.
Yeah. Sounds like it.
Hey,
put some more mustard on the ball, huh?
Who the fuck says that?
Yeah, and then you literally get choked to death.
And beat.
And dragged like a mop.
Yeah.
And that's what you said?
Yeah. Well, this story coming up is one that you know. Everybody knows this story. This is the Malice at the Palace Riot Festival. So yes, ladies and gentlemen, fuck me if there was ever a clusterfuck that turned an NBA game into a WWE Royal Rumble on steroids. It's the Malice at the Palace. November 19, 2004, where the Indiana Pacers and Detroit Pistons decided, fuck basketball, let's beat the fuck out of each other.
Yes.
And what two other cities in Indianapolis and Detroit could put that on television? It all kicks off with Ben Wallace shoving Ron Artest, now Meta World Peace, because of reband... I'm not going to read that. Like a rag doll. Artest being the Zen master that he isn't, lies down on the scores table to cool off, but some drunk-ass Pistons fan hurls a beer cup right at his mug. Boom. How many booms is that?
However many fans got punched in the fucking face.
A lot. Artest loses his shit, charges into the stands like a bull on steroids. Actually, I wrote a bull on bath salts. Swinging at the wrong dude. While Steven Jackson joins the fray like a loyal sidekick in a bad action flick. This is one of the greatest.
This is peak.
Jermaine O'Neal.
Peak.
Slides in like he's on ice, clocking fans left and right. Bottles and chairs and popcorn fly everywhere. The referees completely lose control of the game. Security is missing in action, and the game's called with under a minute left. Cops pepper spray the arena, including fans that weren't fighting. Can you imagine you're sitting there with your kid? You're like, don't worry, Johnny, I'll take care of you. Like, you're holding me, like, don't worry, Danjo, you're going to be fine. And then we just get pepper sprayed for just standing there. The cop's like, fuck it, buddy. Give it all to him.
Holy fuck, man.
Jermaine, pepper spray the arena. Players run to the locker room. They drop the hammer. Artest gets banned for 73 games. Jackson 15. O'Neal 30. Fines and fucking lawsuits. Fans get charged too, by the way. Pacers season fucking tanks. NBA gets a black eye. It spawns the endless fucking racial conversations that the NBA has, thugs and all this other bullshit. I'm not going to read you the timeline because we know what happens. Yeah. But what about this changed the NBA? Because this is where the NBA went from like being very physical, very like you can hit people and, you know, obviously you have the different hand checking rules that were changed and got rid of and whatnot, but this changes the NBA forever. Mm-hmm. And what changes? Like what do you think that you see in the past that you don't see anymore after this event?
I'd like to know like the actual impact that it had on security at games, because I would like to think that made it a lot stricter.
I mean, can you imagine being David Stern watching this game on television and you're seeing your security pepper spraying fans just like...
Yeah, I mean, and since this incident, we haven't seen, a second Ron Artest hit the tower. So...
Us.
Oh my God. Look,
Mr. President, a Meta World Peace has hit the World Trade Center. Oh, fuck.
Look.
By the way, I love how there's anniversaries for this. 10-year anniversary, 15-year anniversary, 20-year anniversary. Jalen Rose was there. What was Jalen Rose doing this whole time, you think?
I don't know. Probably watching.
What do you mean by that? Okay. Anything else you want to add to that, Doctor?
I have thoughts. I just don't know how to articulate them. Because, one, I think that fans kind of lose sight of, like, the way that we look at professional athletes. We look at them like they're bigger than life. They're like, you know what I mean? Like, they don't seem real. So you kind of get this notion, at least speaking from the perspective of whoever started this as a fan, like, you kind of get this notion that you can kind of treat them like zoo animals in a way. Like, you can kind of do whatever you want and get away with it.
Yeah, there's people that say some shit,
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I get that.
So
it's like a comfort thing. Like, how much can you test the water?
Exactly.
But that doesn't mean you could be racist. It doesn't mean you can go abuse somebody or...
You can't throw alcohol.
No, I mean, you can call someone a cunt, but you can't, like, be racially abusive to somebody, or you can't fuck. Like, look at all the WNBA people. Yeah. They're getting cocks thrown. They're getting cocks thrown on their court.
Like if you're at a bar, right? If you're at a bar and you throw a beer at somebody, like, what do you think is gonna happen?
Yeah, you're gonna get your ass kicked.
You're gonna get your ass kicked.
Charles Barkley got ice thrown at him.
Exactly, and he threw him through a window. So, like, I'm seeing a common theme with this situation. It's fans not recognizing, like, the impact of just normal behavior.
Yeah.
Like, what you do, like, there's consequences to your actions.
Agreed.
So from that perspective, I can kind of see why what happened, but also at the same time, being a professional athlete, knowing the responsibilities that you have, understanding that you're on live TV, for one, there's certain responsibilities that come with that. And the way that they all acted was fucking ridiculous.
For real.
I think it taught a good lesson to everybody involved. It taught a lesson to fans. It taught a lesson to law enforcement. Taught a lesson to the NBA. Taught a lesson to the players.
I'll bet you a lot of those security guards are from Cleveland. Just like, fuck both of these cities. Just pepper spray everybody.
Or they're just from Detroit.
Valid.
Yeah.
Yeah, valid.
It's also awesome that this happened in Detroit.
Was it in Detroit? I thought it was it Detroit?
I hope so.
No, I thought it was in Indiana.
Was it?
Who gives a fuck?
I hope it was in Detroit.
All right, story number 8. Dennis Rodman's bridal self-love spectacle. Do you know anything about this? No. Okay. Well, if there was ever a way to jerk off your own ego while flipping off the entire world, Dennis Rodman, the tattooed rebounding psycho who has close affiliations with North Korea for some strange reason, nailed it in 1996 by marrying himself. He married himself. Yeah, he got in a wedding dress.
What the fuck?
Yeah. Married himself, got in a poofy wedding dress, all to pimp his trash-talking memoir, Bad As I Wanna Be. The worm, fresh off the Bull's glory and in Madonna's bed, rolls up to the New York City Barnes & Noble in a horse-drawn carriage, like Cinderella, rocking a custom French gown, makeup, a wig, and a squad of hot chicks in tuxes as his groomsmen. He drops the bomb that he's bisexual, plants a kiss on his own ass, metaphorically, and vows eternal love to his numero uno, drawing thousands of gawkers and turning the book signing into a media shitstorm. Inspired by Howard Stern's book stunt, this balls-to-the-wall gender fuckery catapults the book to New York Times bestseller status for months, cementing Rodman's rep as the NBA's ultimate I don't give a fuck icon. Isaiah, I don't know what to say to this one.
Yeah, this one's
it's a bit odd, but it says Rodman. He is a little strange.
Yeah.
Imagine partying with Dennis Rodman.
Yeah, I mean, ask Kim Jong-un about that one.
I'm good.
That's fucking crazy.
Yeah. What would you do if you were at Barnes and Noble and you just saw this guy pull up on a horse-drawn carriage? Probably with some of the baddest women on the planet, because Dennis Rodman had immaculate game for no reason. Which makes me think that he was probably hung like 3 of these microphone podcasts.
Banging Madonna.
She was a bit of a tramp, though, from my understanding. She was a bit of a hoe. Okay. Not in a mean way. She just she fucked around a lot. She fucked Tupac.
Okay.
No?
Yeah. That's quite the list. bringing Tupac.
Tupac and Dennis Rodman.
Fuck Dennis Rodman.
And then Guy Ritchie, I think. I don't have much to say about this one, to be honest with you. I just wanted to mention Dennis Rodman because you can't really have any of these conversations. Am I going to unlock my phone? You can't really have these conversations without Dennis Rodman.
Yeah, I mean, this is a beautiful contrast compared to me just replaying the thought of Shaq shoving a toothbrush up his asshole. And then, later on finding out that Dennis Rodman was playing around with bisexuality.
Yeah.
I'm very enlightened at this current.
This is like when Confucius. This is like when like the Enlightenment period started in Europe.
Mm-hmm.
Scientific intellectuals. That's us.
Yes.
Obviously. Story number 9. Do you even want to do Tim Donahue rigged refereeing, or do you want to do Zion Williamson's porn star pregnancy plot twist?
Let's start easy. Let's start with the refereeing.
Okay. So the refereeing one.
Is this the Sacramento Kings? Lakers?
No.
What is this?
Yeah, no, actually. This one is. I'll read it to you. So Tim Donahue, or Donahue, who turned officiating into a personal casino racket, was betting on games that he reffed and allegedly tweaking fouls to hit the over-under. Started in 1994, Donahue was balls deep into gambling by 2003 with his high school chum, Jack Concannon, whispering picks that were 70 to 80% true because, he's the one that was blowing the whistle. Escalated to mob ties like Jimmy the Sheep Batista, feeding insider shit for fat stacks while the league's none of the wiser. FBI sniffs it out in 2007. Donahue squeals like a pig, pleads guilty to fraud, does 15 months in jail, and he emerges slinging like a tell-all book claiming the whole NBA is rigged. All of it. Stern's a puppet master, refs hate certain owners, superstars get golden whistles, the league denies it all, drops a whitewash report, but the scandal leaves fans screaming to fix everything in the NBA. Donahue, now a podcast pariah, warning about betting pitfalls while the NBA swims in gambling cash. So, is this a story of a hero or a villain that then became a hero? Because he kind of called out what we had all, but we still to this day kind of articulate that the NBA is pretty much rigged.
Yeah.
From the top to the bottom. Now, when we say that it's rigged, do you think that it's more of these calls? Do you think that, like, they want certain teams to be in the finals? They want certain teams to be in the conference finals?
It's business.
It's a business, right? But doesn't that hamper the business model?
If people find out about it.
But that's the thing. Like, we know, right? That, like, the NBA is kind of suspect with certain things. Like, for example, like Luka getting traded and then the first pick going to Dallas. So, like, do you think that it's in all facets of the sport, or it's just in very peculiar instances where they need to get things to change things a little bit to improve the image?
Gradually, people have kind of developed to believe in coincidence less, considering the history that the NBA has. You spoke about the whole Luka and then the Mavs getting the first pick thing. Like, that would be an example of coincidence, or what is trying to be portrayed as coincidence. Like, fans of sport have become less gullible as time has gone on.
Yeah.
Because this is kind of like a nutshell of what this show is. This specific show is like, we're talking about a professional sports, like a conglomerate of billions of dollars. And to hear that this is how a lot of the employees act, like, it's taken a lot of time, but you can't be gullible with sports because of what you've just heard. Like, we're talking about one of the sport's biggest athletes shoving a toothbrush up his ass. We're talking about one of the biggest sports athletes literally marrying himself.
Another one impregnating a minor.
Yes, exactly. You get what I'm getting at a little bit here? Like, we're not talking about the highest constituted professionals here. You know what I'm talking about?
Or people, for that matter.
People in general. So, I think people are just slowly becoming more, woke to the idea that maybe the NBA or just sports in general isn't as professional as it's kind of
put out to be.
They're kind of losing losing traction on being able to kind of reel stories back in. They're kind of just getting put out there, and that's probably power to the social media, power to Street Logic Sports as well, you know, because we're out here telling the real stories, of course.
Because that's what we do.
Yeah.
Independent media.
To go back to whether he's a hero or a villain, it's nice that he's out here, like...
Keep talking, I'm listening.
Yeah, it's nice that he's out here kind of advocating for anti-gambling, advocating for, you know, a less corrupt business, but at the same time, like, he's kind of like a pioneer for it.
Yeah, he is.
At least that we know of.
Yeah.
I can't speak to anything beyond the 1990s. But I don't know. This one's tough because I don't want to consider him a hero, considering the fact that he kind of like is a pioneer for the downfall of sports gambling and how it's affected the professional sports space. But it is nice to hear that he's out here repping for anti-gambling. You know? What do you...
That was the greatest impersonation of a Joe Biden monologue.
Look, if we finally beat Medicare.
What do you think?
What do I think? I mean, it's kind of everything that we had known, right? I mean, the mob was always affiliated with American sports, baseball, NFL, NBA. To me, though, it's just like you would think that the NBA would do everything in their power to like make things right, but they don't. So this is kind of like that constant, you know, kind of nut tapping, you know, of like whose bum is more sore. Is it the consumer or is it the league? And it's always the consumer. Like, I'm tired of getting fucked in my ass every season with the prices of like streaming for,
as anyone would be.
You know what I mean? Like, it's like if you're gonna make a product, at least make it like, do your best to make it as unbiased as you can. You know, like, I don't want to see the Lakers and the Celtics every year in the finals. I don't want to see LeBron in the finals every year. I don't want to see Curry or whoever else in the finals. I want it to be kind of like last season where it's random. I want to see Shea go to the finals and hoop. I want to go see Tyrese Halliburton, sad that he got injured, go and show everybody that he's different.
It sucks to realize how small of a populace of people that think like that.
No, I know.
Like,
I know.
We're not in the majority.
Yeah. Yeah, I know.
Which is sad.
I mean, it's sad, but I guess it also makes the sport unique in its own way. Some people like to, instead of support teams, they like to support players. So you have a lot of accounts that are like, oh, I'm a LeBron fan, so like wherever LeBron goes, I'm gonna support that team. That I never really understood, but I do understand the whole idea of, you know, flexibility in the league and everything is kind of different. I think that's good for the league. It's good for the growth of the league. Yeah. But if you're betting and you have these cocksuckers, I mean, I'm convinced the refereeing in the NBA, I feel like it's the worst it's ever been. And I feel like they always say that. I'm sure they were saying that 20 years ago, and they're still saying that now. So
it's just a whole third-party thing.
It is, and I think they need to get rid of that. They need to make the referees need to be in the NBA, not have their own fucking association. I think that's so stupid and corrupt. You're just asking for dickheads to be.
No, you are, and it's also, it ties back into the NBA being able to kind of go back on it and say, like, we're not involved in this.
Yep.
This isn't our party.
Yep.
You know,
and they always fucking do that.
Yeah.
Instead of actually hampering down.
Because they can. They're able to.
When did they change that? Was that always the case?
I'm not too sure. I would have to say it has been. Just because of what they've been able to get away with and why there hasn't been change.
Yeah.
It's just, it makes no sense. It's the same thing with like other sports, with like the UFC, for example, having their, you know, the referees for the UFC being a third party organization, and like you see how easy it is for shit to happen and kind of corrupt your league. But then these leagues just sit around and do nothing about it. It doesn't make any sense, but at the same time it kind of ties all these stories together and it makes it all make sense.
Yep.
It's just, I don't get it. I really don't understand.
I don't get it either. I think out of all the stories that we've had, this one might actually be the most frustrating as a fan, as a consumer of the product.
Yeah.
I think, well, I don't want to say that. I would say it's this one and the first story. The first story, the Karl Malone one, in a weird way, kind of comes back into this one. No pun intended. Comes back into this one because we'll be right back. Just because it's frustrating to see like these fucking monsters get idolized, you know, where there's so many players who, might not have won it as much or not have won anything.
American culture in
and
general.
That's the thing. This whole show, as funny as it has been, it's like a metaphor for the modern
monsters.
I know.
The beginning
it's terrible. I mean, like, look at how our, thought process has changed about LeBron going to Miami. Mm-hmm. We didn't really know about the ins and outs of how fucked up that was. Can you fucking imagine waking up on your birthday, you're expecting to get a phone call from your mom, happy birthday, but instead you get a fucking image or a video or God knows what that your mom's getting ball bagged by your teammate? I'd fucking kill myself after I killed them. Mm-hmm. So it's like, I think, and we still have one more story, which we'll do.
Strange.
It is. And we have one more story to do, but I think this is a good little wraparound segment because
of the serious stuff.
Of the serious stuff.
Because this last one's serious.
This last one's terrible.
Yeah.
But out of the ones that we've talked about, it kind of puts into perspective. You can't have this narrow mindset on a story. Like, I didn't know much about the Gilbert Arenas stuff. I didn't know much about the LeBron stuff. I didn't know much about the Karl Malone stuff, and I'm not defending the Karl Malone thing, but what I'm saying is, like, I didn't know that her family helped him. Like, that's fucked. Like, how does that woman feel? And the son didn't know he had a dad until he was 17. Granted, he went to the NFL and probably made some money, but so many things in these perspectives. It is. It's actually fucked up. That's why we try to make it so lighthearted, because it is difficult reading these things. Unlike the cum shot volcano that we're about to read right now. The last story.
Jerking off alone?
Yeah, exactly. That's basically Zion Williamson's career. Are you tired of jerking off and eating alone? So this is the Zion Williamson porn star pregnancy plot twist. Mm-hmm. Ladies and gentlemen, buckle up for this one, because Zion Williamson, the Pelicans' dunking behemoth with a dick apparently as injury prone as his knees, gets tangled in a threesome of chaos.
Ooh-wee.
With his baby mama Akima, a.k.a. Yamil Taylor, and porn star Mariah Mills,
yes, precisely.
The tattooed non-alcoholic, the tattooed vixen who turned Twitter into her personal revenge porn hub. It all explodes, no pun intended, in 2023 of June, when Zion drops the baby bomb with Akima. Pink smoke, gender reveal bullshit, all the typical stuff you see on TikTok and Instagram. Only for Mills to erupt like a cum volcano.
Oh my God.
Claiming Zion's been balls deep in her for months.
Strong claim.
Paying her rent, tattooing his name. Tattooing her name on his ass.
Is this true?
What?
I need photo evidence of this immediately.
And ghosting her ass mid-affair. She floods the timeline with NSFW text, "You trap me," dick pics, STD scares, abortion hints, and threats to drop sex tapes that make Kim K blush.
Everything about this is fucking revolting.
It's so hot. Zion? Question mark. Silent as a monk, letting his stepdad play defense while the league cringes. Mills gets banned from Twitter after weeks of ranting. Drops a diss track, apparently.
Oh, God.
That shit must have been banging.
Yeah, we'll have to fucking end the episode with that.
We might have to. And even posts a fake pregnancy test implying Zion's the daddy. Fast forward to 2025. Baby girl's born healthy. Zion's still hooping whenever he decides to. And Mills is getting a lawyer. Mm-hmm. Getting a lawyer for some quote-unquote harassment suit that flops harder than Zion anytime he's not eating food. Mm-hmm. Should I give you the timeline of this, or should we just kind of freeball this one? No pun intended.
We could freeball it.
I remember you told me Isaiah actually had a very Confucius quote a few days ago. You said that she looked like a overblown, what was it? She looked like an overweight Star Wars stormtrooper.
Yeah, she looks like a stormtrooper.
She's very immense to look at.
Yeah.
She's kind of like unpleasant to look at. Mm-hmm. She's like large
Disgusting
things and a disgusting BBL.
Yeah, a lot of plastic.
A lot of plastic. Like if she died, you would like recycle her corpse. Plastic. Is that a lot?
That's crazy.
I mean, she's immense to look at.
It's real. You could recycle her.
She is a large woman. But I mean, for me, Zion is also just like smells of.
It's just sad.
Just sad energy.
It's sad, one, because of we've seen the videos of Zion trying to kind of flirt. I don't know if you've seen that video of that the Snapchat thing.
No.
That he was Snapchatting that chick back in college.
Oh no.
Just the weird, like,
you think he's on the spectrum?
Drop game type of thing. I don't think he's on the spectrum, and I wouldn't want to like speculate that, but
I would.
He's always been kind of like a little odd. I'd like to kind of say.
Only video I've seen of him where he's not eating food or playing basketball was the impersonation of Drewski. What do you mean by that, man? That was funny. But other than that, I remember when we were kids, and if I can post the video of us talking about Zion, I had that's the video that I made, the introduction of LeBron to. Remember that?
Yeah.
So Isaiah and I, we used to do the same thing, the couch, but the studio is different. So we used to do the couch on this wall. There was no TV here, and we didn't have any of this here. So it was just two couches separate from each other. We used to come here and make good decisions without the use of drugs.
Precisely.
Yeah. So we would hang out here, we would record. And so I remember when we did that video, we were super hyped about Zion, right? We used to watch his videos, him putting his fucking nuts in people's faces when he was dunking. His mixtapes were crazy, and he was supposed to be the next big thing since LeBron, right? He was not the next big thing. I mean, physically he was the next big thing, but he was not like what he was supposed to be, which is sad because he is one of the most talented basketball players I've ever seen play basketball.
Physically gifted, yes.
No, like even technique.
Yeah.
You know, like he's a monster in the paint. If he had a little more of a jump shot, I think he could be a top 5 player in the NBA. That's also if he actually played basketball. So my question to you is, do you think, even outside of the story, do you think we'll ever see him hit those heights? Because I would love to post that video on our channel again, because that video actually, we had a lot of things right, obviously a lot of things wrong. But do you think he'll ever be able to hit the heights that he was supposed to hit? And why do you think that is? Is that down to mentality? Is it down?
Too late, man.
Is it? He's only what, 25?
He's been in the league for what?
7 years?
Yeah, it's just too late. I mean, it'd be nice to see a little bit of a revival going on. Don't get me wrong. I don't wish anything ill on his career from here on out, but I just think it's too late to get to the heights that he was expected to be at. You know, it's just too late. And
it is a shame.
Throw in this whole situation. You throw in the thing with him like not being able to stay healthy. You throw in the thing with him, you know, just not being mindful of his body, how he treats it, whether that's accusations or it's true. Just the fact that it's even circulating doesn't speak well for his career going forward. It's just it's disappointing. He was thinking with his dick. You know, he got a fucking porn star pregnant, which is, if there's ever like a fucking rule book for NBA players on how to go about your career.
Yeah,
I have to say that getting a porn star pregnant.
I was gonna say get a vasectomy.
Getting a vasectomy is a good start, but like, it's just whoever's advising him, maybe he just has like poor people in his corner. I don't know, man. It's fucking
poor people.
Not like actually poor. He has
it's a bunch of poor, like a homeless guy. He's his fucking his broker. He's like his financial advisor. Yeah, spend all this money on blow and Popeyes. Yeah. Eat all of the fucking soul food you can eat here. Fuck this gargantuan specimen of a porn star. She is
rank.
She is rapid. Let me tell you.
Bad.
She looks like she smells like a aged crawfish. I also attempted to try and watch one of her videos just to like kind of prep myself for this podcast. It was large. You know, very gross, stinky. Like I could smell it through the phone.
All right. We're
Just
getting off topic here.
Just very, yeah. But
Oh yeah, I agree.
it's not great. But that's life.
Yeah.
Those are the cards that you're given sometimes, or the cards that you give yourself.
Look,
which you can actually read in Dr. Phil's book.
you got to make your mama proud. You know what I mean?
It's like that rap song.
Yeah.
By what's his name?
Delonte West.
Is he a rapper?
He tried to be. But you got to make your mama proud unless you're LeBron. You got to make your mama proud. And these decisions, frankly, they wouldn't make my mom proud. I'll tell you that one.
That's pretty valid.
It's just, we're talking about basic human behavior, man. We're talking about just being professional. Like, it's not that difficult. It isn't.
Apparently it is.
Show up, put the ball in the basket, go home, don't fuck a porn star who looks like Darth Vader's right-hand man.
She looks like Moby Dick's dick.
She takes Moby Dick's dick.
She
apparently.
does. She does. It is vast, I will say.
It's just every story that I've heard that it's just like it does my head in because it's really simple shit.
It did his head in too.
Yeah.
In all the wrong ways.
Yeah. It's just
I mean, look, we've covered 10 stories, which this will be
astounding.
This will be very long, but if you're listening to this on audio, I highly recommend you watch this on video. And if you're watching this on video, I highly recommend you listen to it on audio.
Yeah.
But it feels good to do the after hours stuff again. Mm-hmm. It's a little more laid back. Mm-hmm. It's a little more, we're just chit-chatting, we're having a good time, breaking down all the barriers in the world that need to be broken down. And for instance, today, we've covered topics that range from assault to statutory assault to physical assault to verbal assault. And at the end of the day, I mean, should we let's reflect.
Yeah.
What are the biggest takeaways from this conversation that we've had today?
Yeah. The NBA is not what you think. Professional athletes are not what you think.
They're not to be idolized.
They are not to be
unless, honest to God, and I'm saying this in the nicest way because it's true, unless they're Muslim. I've not heard one bad story from Mohammed Salah. I love Steven Gerrard, but Steven Gerrard apparently cheated on his wife.
Don't
probably.
get me wrong. There are professionals in the sports world.
Yeah.
There are people who act the way that you should act as a grown adult. Don't get me wrong.
Who would you say are two athletes that have clean records? They don't have to win anything, but they're just good people. Like, they're good human beings, and they have a good head on their shoulders. And what they do is not just for the better of the sport, but it's for the, improvement of society. They are good role models. Who would you say are those people?
I would put LeBron in that class.
Okay.
I think what he's done for is the community of Akron, Ohio.
Okay.
Has been nothing short of being a role model, especially for your community.
What about Conor McGregor?
Yeah.
That's going to be another after hours topic, I think.
Oh yeah.
Just
breaking down the career of Conor McGregor. That'll be a dark episode.
In all the wrong ways.
Yeah.
What about Shohei Ohtani? I know that his translator fucked up. But did he?
Well, he also has another scandal that just came out.
Oh.
Yeah.
Scratch that. What about Khabib Nurmagomedov?
You have that whole thing with him acting out after the fight between him and McGregor,
which is terrible. But to be fair, I think that's one of the few instances where, honestly, racially abused.
Well, the reason
verbally
why I'm struggling
abused
so hard with this is because you don't want to idolize athletes.
Exactly.
It's the whole point of this show, in my opinion, is like it's breaking down like what you watch every single day is not what it actually is. It's very fucking simple.
So what you're telling me here is that Clayton Kershaw is the idol that every person needs.
That is precisely what I'm getting at here.
Well,
is that you need to go home and do a wank tribute to Clayton Kershaw.
And you can see that on our Patreon.
Yeah.
Street Logic _ Bum Hurts.
Yeah.
Sports.
Yeah.
We're going to do a cum tribute.
Yeah, buy our Patreon so that we can later blow all of our money on porn stars.
Except
more Modelo.
Except we won't do any of that.
Yeah.
We'll donate it to a St. Jude's hospital.
Yeah. We'll go the Mr. Beast route.
For the betterment of society.
Yeah, exactly.
But anyway, do you have any closing statements? Any final thoughts?
Yeah, I guess for me, stop idolizing athletes. It's fucking weird.
Agreed. That's 5 booms right there.
The only thing you need to idolize is, your parents. Idolize the people that represent good behavior. Idolize the people that represent their community in a positive way. You don't want to idolize athletes who make an assload of money and point guns and shoot mothers of 4, shove toothbrushes up their ass.
I completely forgot we talked about Javarius today.
Yeah. Impregnate 13-year-olds. I mean, the list goes on, and I'm glad we covered all this because it really circles in on what we do here. Well, if you really think about it, the message that we're trying to convey here is simple.
Look, it's the whole purpose of what we do. It's quite simple, actually. Like, you can look at some of the most fucked up things in history. It doesn't have to be sports. It could be honestly anything. And I always lived under a motto of, as long as you're educated on whatever topic that you're discussing, and we've learned together today through all the jokes and all the laughs, that if you can learn and you can be respectful to whatever it is you're discussing, but at the same time you can have a humorous aspect to it, that I think is how life should be lived. I think we live in a society now where it's too serious. People take themselves way too seriously. I am not a fucking, a lawyer. I'm not a historian. I'm not a fucking agent for a sports guy. I'm not a coach. I'm just a fan.
Yeah.
And the one thing that honestly is going to kickstart this series, and the reason why I want to do this with you, especially since we obviously are co-running this and whatnot, is that Patrick Beverley episode.
Yeah.
Because we can educate people in a lighthearted way, but we can also, there's also, athletes that are in these leagues and in these fucking industries that have no idea that any of this happened. Mm-hmm. So, is it fucking awful that these things happen? Yeah, but it's also important that we can reflect on them in a lighthearted way and also educate people and give these stories to the masses so people can make up for their mind. I did not think that we would have this conversation today and I would have a different perspective on LeBron James, a different perspective on Charles Barkley, how fucked up the situation was with Karl Malone, even though it is fucked up and it's even more fucked up than I initially had anticipated. Yeah. That's the whole purpose of After Hours.
Yeah, and that should be the purpose of life. Ladies and gentlemen.
It is.
But we are sitting here in ties. I am wearing sunglasses.
This is the new look.
About Mariah Mills' box.
Yep. And I'm talking about essentially admitting to the fact that I have seen Mariah Mills' box on more than one occasion, trying to break down the antithesis of how she gets backshotted.
Yeah. Everyone who's watching this, comment if you've seen her box.
And on that note, that's the end of After Hours. Yeah. We're gonna try and make this a weekly thing. I think, I don't know. Maybe we can have that discussion after of what the purpose of this is. Is it going to be more of these storytelling podcasts? Is it going to be random things that break down? I would love to do a Conor McGregor one because we don't really incorporate UFC or MMA.
I think this would be a great time now to ask those who listen, those who support Street Logic Sports, to recommend us some stories that you would like for us to break down. Whether it be the Conor McGregor situation.
Dana White. I don't like Dana White. If we could do Dana White one, that'd be interesting.
Anything. Kind of following the theme of lightheartedly educating people on what the world of sports actually is. Kind of bringing light to the darker side of sports.
Yep.
Because it's important to talk about, because sports is not all sunshine and rainbows. There's a dark side to it.
Exactly. And the thing as well is we love comedy. We love funny people, one of my comedian or my 3 biggest, in terms of comedy influences. I love George Carlin. He didn't give a fuck. Dave Chappelle doesn't give a fuck. And I love Louis C.K. and I would honestly half that with Ricky Gervais. And those things, again, like I said, we're not doing this to be edgy, even though it is kind of edgy humor, but it's just don't take things so serious.
No, not at all.
But when they have to be serious, then you take it serious.
Yeah, well, when you have to be a professional, you be a professional, but you find, the light. You find the light at the end of the tunnel with every situation. It's the best way to go through things, especially when we're talking about what the fuck we just talked about.
Probably should have put that at the beginning of the episode.
Yeah, just a little disclaimer.
Yeah, at the end, after all the rage comments and fucking, yeah. But anyway, that's the end of After Hours. I'm Danilo Stanojevic. I'm joined with Mr. Isaiah Broun.
Yep.
Thank you, everybody, for listening. We'll see you guys soon. Have a lovely rest of your day. Peace and love.
Brush your teeth tonight.
Not with Shaq's poop brush.